They told us ICE was finished. They also told us the sanctuary cities were off limits. But this week, ICE showed up. They raided courthouses, grabbed migrants from jail doors, and right out the club. And while all this happened, Gavin Newsom lost the one thing he thought he still had left, which was control. Watch this.
Excuse us. Thank you. Señor, escúchame. Nosotros, ¿ok? Vamos juntos, ¿ok? Todo está bien. Para la derecha, aquí.
Now, that's not a checkpoint. That's not a border checkpoint. That's not a prison. That's a New York courthouse right here. And the moment his case was dismissed, ICE made sure, they made sure he didn't walk free. They was like, nah, man. So this lets me know this isn't a theory anymore. They're not knocking on doors in the middle of the night. They waiting at the exits now. I don't blame them. And if you think that's harsh, wait until you see what happens when they're released from jail.
Permiso de trabajo, ¿ok? ¿Y qué más? ¿Por qué te están aquí?
Released from jail and ICE is right there to catch you. Ouch. No delay, no warning. Just federal power showing up where obviously the state decided it won't. If someone's arrested, processed, and let out, should we act like there's no consequences after that? Or should ICE rather step in when the local system refuses to? But even that's not the full story. ICE isn't just targeting courthouses and jails now. This is the club.
They just ran in the spot.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
I just came to the club to have a good time, fam. I don't know what the fuck going on. This shit funny as hell. This shit like the county. They just did a jet raid. I'm not get straight. I'm straightening. I'm straightening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the audio is going to be a little scruffy because of the music in here. However, they're saying this is not just some sting operation. Could be. Don't know. I'm just going off of what is being reported, but I can't verify nor deny whether this is an actual ICE raid or some sort of sting outside of that. Let's just assume it is. That's a full-scale ICE raid inside a nightclub. And you can hear it in the... Nobody, you can see it. Nobody saw that coming. Oh, man, why do they always tell us that these raids are the left-wing media, these Democrats always say that these raids are fake and exaggerated until this type of footage drops and everybody starts, now everybody's going to start playing victim. In the next clip, it's what ICE calls Operation Guardian Angel, okay? But for this family, it was a nightmare.
¿Es tu esposa?
¿Quisieras decir algo?
Son unas mierdas, pinche gobierno, no vale chingar su madre.
Vamos a ir al centro.
Están mis hijas esperándolos en la casa. 6 niñas tengo que dependen de nosotros.
Ella es la mamá.
Sí.
¿Y por qué se la están llevando?
Porque
¿A qué vinieron?
tumbaron el caso, según. Es lo que están haciendo ahorita, por eso no venga nadie. No vengan porque se los van a llevar a todos. Están ahí arriba muchos de migración esperando que les tumben el caso para llevárselos.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Eduardo Duarte.
¿Y ella cómo se llama?
Luz del Carmen Herrera.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Me puedes decir qué pasó?
Desestimaron el caso y se lo van a llevar. Es lo que están haciendo.
Tranquila, ma. Acá estoy yo, acá estoy yo. Tranquila, ma. Aquí estoy yo. Aquí estoy yo, ma. Acá está todo.
Hey. Ok, un momento. Un momento. Está bien. Trátenlo bien, pues no son animales. Air condition is on. Siéntese.
¡No puedo estar aquí!
No la toques así. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Caballero, por favor. ¿Le van a dar cambio? Por favor.
Trátenla bien, no son animales.
No quiere cambio.
A mí no me anden tocando.
Nadie lo está tocando, señor.
¿Cómo no?
Van a
Ese güey me tocó a
reaccionar.
mí. Ese güey me tocó a mí.
Señor, usted lo toca, él lo tiene que tocar.
No, yo no lo
Por
toqué en
favor,
ningún momento. En ningún momento. No estás viendo. Que no son animales, trátenlos bien.
We will be there in 10 minutes. It's not a long drive, okay? Let's get those people. Give us 50
A little bit of space, please.
Give us 50
A little bit of space. You guys still doing
back up.
something? Just give us some space, please. A little bit.
Keep going, back up, please.
Thank you very much.
I'll get them to do a medical check on you.
Man and children cry as his wife is rounded up by ICE. This post says, let's be honest, if he loved her, he would have made sure she was legal. Now, safe to say you can feel the pain, but emotions just don't erase the facts. If she was undocumented for years and they started a family while ignoring the law, then what did they expect was going to happen? This isn't about hating immigrants. This is about accountability here, folks. That's all. The system that told them for decades, you're safe, we won't touch you, you're protected, right? That's the lie Democrats built their entire agenda on. And this is the heartbreak that fake compassion created. Weaponize empathy, then walk away when reality hit. Democrats put sanctuary like it was kindness, but it was really false security. This isn't ICE's fault. It's not even Trump's fault. This is the natural consequences of political cowardice right here. That's what I call that. But this isn't a headline anymore. It's families, homes, and kids watching from the sidewalk, y'all.
Every day, I get handed a list of the people that we've arrested in this country that are here illegally, that are criminals. And these are some of the worst of the worst. Here we have a Guatemalan we picked up today, aggravated assault against a police officer. This one, rape of a victim under age of 17 years old. This one robbed a disabled senior citizen. This individual, 12 different sex offenses against children. If you look at it, it's 2 counts of statutory rape of a child, 2 counts of indecent assault and battery. These guys are off the street today because of the work of our ICE enforcement officers, law enforcement across the country. Thank you for making America safe again. And thank you, President Donald J. Trump. Every day I get handed a list.
Because these aren't traffic stops. These aren't asylum seekers in paperwork limbo or something like that. These are child predators, rapists, armed robbers that they are let walking free. They are letting walk free. I said that completely wrong. Let that sit for a second. Yeah, man, let it sink in. So where's Gavin Newsom in all this? It's funny you ask. He was busy trying to stop it all.
I want to make this clear. The National Guard will come back under my authority by noon tomorrow. The National Guard will be redeployed to what they were doing before Donald Trump commandeered them. The National Guard will go back to border security, working on counter-drug enforcement and fentanyl enforcement, which they were taken off by Donald Trump. The National Guard will go back to working on what we refer to as the rattlesnake teams, doing vegetation and forest management, which Donald Trump took them off in preparation for wildfire season. The National Guard, men and women, will go back to their day jobs, which include law enforcement, that he took them off the job. I want to make this...
Oh, wow. He really stood there like he still had power, y'all. Like he didn't just lose the trust of the people. Seriously, he's in there just, I got this. Like the streets weren't just on fire behind him. Except the court didn't just say no. They embarrassed him. Gavin Newsom's the worst governor in history, says the caption. Now, Trump Truth socialed big win in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on the president's core power to call in the National Guard. The judges obviously realized that Gavin Newsom is incompetent and ill-prepared, but this is much bigger than Gavin because all over the United States, wow, I'm so sorry. Because all over the United States, if our cities and our people need protection, we are the ones to give it to them should state and local police be unable, for whatever reason, to get the job done. This is a great decision for our country, and we will continue to protect and defend law-abiding citizens. Congratulations to the Ninth Circuit. America is proud of you tonight. 3 federal judges. One unanimous ruling. Newsom doesn't get the National Guard back. That means Trump's authority stays, okay? The ICE ops continues. But it wasn't just a loss, y'all. It was a straight-up call-out. Rep. Kiley, I believe, rips Newsom.
Over the last few days, the country has been shocked by the horrifying images coming out of Los Angeles. But what is also shocking is the brazenly false statements made by the governor of California. Governor Newsom has asked us not to believe our eyes, not to believe the scenes that we are all seeing of officers being attacked, of cars being lit on fire, of roadways being blocked. The governor has claimed that everything was fine, everything was perfect, until the National Guard arrived. Now, this is completely inaccurate as a matter of the timeline. Things had spun out of control well before the Guard got there. That's why the Guard was called in. But it is also deeply offensive to attack the men and women in our National Guard by claiming that their presence has somehow catalyzed this violence. The governor owes an apology to the men and women in our National Guard who are serving our state and our country. He owes an apology to the people of Los Angeles for his role in egging on the riots. The good news is, if there's any good news at all, that I do believe the people of California have had enough. There is a coalition for common sense emerging in our state, and I do believe we will return sanity and safety to our communities. I yield back.
Some people are highlighting Ninth Circuit. Saying, did I read that right? The Ninth Circuit? The Ninth Circuit in San Francisco? I must be dreaming. But he lied. He knew things were already out of control before the guard arrived, okay? And still, he blamed the men and women trying to protect the state. Now, if your first instinct is to attack law enforcement instead of criminals, you're not a leader, man. You're a liability. And while D.C. celebrates, mainstream media absolutely panics.
This decision, in essence, gives Trump the green light to use the National Guard in other states. And the administration has been hinting very publicly that they're going to go into New York City, Chicago, maybe some other states, all happen to be blue. What is the mood like, Elizabeth, that you sense from talking to lawmakers, state officials, about where this goes from here now that the president does have the legal green light to use the National Guard?
I can tell you that in New York City, if he deploys the National Guard in New York, it'll cause it's going to cause a giant outrage and create probably more violence than there would be anyway.
Isn't that what he wants?
Well, that's of course one of the working theories, that he wants to, create this all over the country and then, declare martial law.
This decision.
They're not even hiding it. This could cause more violence. Let me translate that for y'all. Y'all ready? If translated, from Democrat to common sense, we don't like what happens when the law gets enforced in blue states. There's the translation. You don't even need Google. ChatGPT, you got me. You don't even need Grok. But when the real panic is realized, because they realized it, it's not on TV. It's in the streets of Los Angeles. Y'all, check this out. A woman talks about what happened as a result of these protests.
My parents' house got robbed tonight. For everybody advocating for everything going on in LA, I know, at least personally, I know 4 different homes that have gotten robbed in the past 4 months. My mom and my sister being 2 of them. Let's talk about it. My mom lives a block down from me. She called me. She said they took everything. Call the cops. She doesn't speak English. I called the cops. Cops said, you need to have the victims call us so that we can rush to you quicker. I explained that my parents are Armenian. They can't speak as fluently as me. Somebody took everything from their home. You guys have to show up. It's been an hour and a half. I just called a second time, and they called me back to let me know to stop calling them because they'll get there when they get there. So, Gavin Newsom, you have beautiful hair. My parents' house got robbed.
So her mom was robbed. Her sister was robbed. Well, I mean, she was robbed. I don't remember her saying her sister. I thought I heard it, but could be tripping. And when she called the cops, they told her basically to stop calling. Then said, we'll get there when we get there. This is what happens when you defund the system, when you want to defund the police. Mm-hmm. You want to coddle criminals and pretend everything is fine. I don't know what side of the aisle she's on, but that's definitely unfortunate for anybody. So if ICE is doing this, or doing what Newsom won't, rather, what exactly are they protesting? Y'all see this? No Kings 2.0 right here. Before you get on me about eating, I really needed to eat. I really need to eat something. I had to run up in the bag. If I don't eat, hunger pains trigger something totally. Anywho, you got this No Kings 2.0 protest flyer right here. They're marching on Independence Day, demanding liberty while ICE is finally enforcing the law. And the streets are still flooded with crime that they want to keep ignoring. What exactly are they rebelling against? Order? Safety? The fact that consequences finally came back? Mm-hmm. I say you don't have to agree with the raid, with every raid, but you can't ignore what happens when there are none. I showed up because Newsom didn't. And now the streets, the courtrooms, and the jailhouses, they're not his anymore. Y'all be safe. Go check with somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace.